Hello there, Hippy here. I'm just going to do a review of sorts for Iron Guard on PS VR2. Just start on the story. The story's like your age-old Marines crash landed on an alien planet. You're tasked with keeping yourself and the remaining survivors alive until you find a way to get off the planet. Look, it's a tower defense game. You're not coming here for a riveting story or anything. But what's here is engaging and comical intentionally, so it's got like this B-movie style hamminess to it. And it keeps things moving along at a nice pace. It does the job. Graphics are nice and clear. There is a slight softness to the game. It is clear, don't get me wrong, but there is a slight softness. Text and everything's clear, everything like that's clear otherwise. And while it does look solid and runs very smooth, even when it's like kicking off, appears to be running at 90 Hz native. It's not quite as smooth as something like Red Matter, Red Matter 2. Everything looks vibrant and all that. It still does have this kind of quest origin to it. But perhaps that's what the softness I'm talking of there, you know. The lighting and effects, particle effects have all been improved since the Quest, but nothing too drastic. But it's overall good Quest to PSVR 2 port. It's a good one. But also of note, it features some of the largest raindrops I've ever seen in a video game. Huge, massive, and they don't quite hit the surface, which is a bit weird. But yeah, other than that, graphics fine. The sound, it's got a nice fitting cheesy rock number going on like constantly, and then when like you're in battle it ramps out more. Loud punchy sound effects, explosions and all the expected normal things. Good variety of sound effects, all the right balance levels. Voice works purposely hammy, like Starship Troopers style. You get like these little monologues, you know, exchanges between each mission, setting the mood. Gameplay mechanics, controls are sound simple, you know. You have the left controller moves you around and the right controller will turn you. You know, just like if you're playing a first person game, so you just pivot in on a, like if you're at a point of view. And then the left controller will build stuff, you point at it and click with L2, it will like select stuff and then you can upgrade, or if there's the points you can build a building there or a path blocker and that sort of thing. The right sense controller, you've got like this little spaceship on the top of your hands, and you can use that to like fire and give you like extra firepower and that. But you can build like turrets, and there's several different turrets. You've got like cannons, electricity, fire, rockets and lasers, and you can upgrade those in various different ways. They've all got their pros and cons, and you can make these path blockers, so basically put a wall in the way, so there will be a short path to the base that they want to attack yours, and then you can then put a path blocker in the way, and it mean that they've got to go around a longer route, slightly longer route, and then slightly longer depending on how many path blocker options there are. There's not a lot of VR jank. It's a very solid game. I didn't experience any jank, any crashes or anything like that. Everything works quickly, it responds well. Now there's even some like light RTS, like Command and Conquer style aspects, where you can construct buildings and you can like send out like harvester units to go and collect minerals for you and whatnot, which is really cool. So it's not just your normal kind of tower defense, plop stuff down there. There are kind of like other elements to it, other layers. Value for money, that this game is $11.99. Okay, it's fantastic value for money. They're like 30 levels with increasing difficulty to work your way through, with each offering 1 to 3 stars upon completion, so you can go back and, you know, get more stars as you unlock, upgrade more abilities and whatnot, so it makes it easier to do so. This depends on how well you did, obviously, with the 3 stars. Each mission takes about 15 to 30 minutes to complete. The first 3 proper missions out of 30, because there is 1 tutorial, are rather easy. So it's not till about mission 4, 5 that you start kind of increases to a difficulty. You're kind of like, okay. There's online leaderboards, so if you want to do the mission fastest and in the best way, you can try and top all of those leaderboards. You know, if that's your bag. There's even an endless mode, which I've not unlocked yet, but when you complete all 30 levels, you gain an endless mode, so you can go on each level and you just get endless hordes, like, you know, swarms coming at you that you just got to defend. That's if you're thirsty for more. That's a large chunk of VR tower defense shenanigans to be found in. And if you're like me, I ordinarily don't like tower defense games. At all, you know, at all. Don't like it. Plants vs Zombies, meh, don't like it, you know. But in VR, it's just something different about it, and it is actually really fun. I've got a couple of other VR tower defense games I'm going to be doing, so yeah, keep an eye out for that. But this is a no-brainer. $11.99, absolute no-brainer. Even if you don't like tower defense games, you probably like this. I highly recommend it. That has been my review of sorts. I've been Hippy. You carry on being despicably human, and I'm going to get out of here. Bye bye.